What's up, you guys? So, this past Saturday, Kobe Bryant was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame a year and some months after he passed away. And his wife, Vanessa Bryant, gave a compelling speech accepting him being inducted into the Hall of Fame on his behalf. Now, there's been some controversy and some conversation being had online regarding the fact that Kobe's parents were not present at the induction, even though Vanessa Bryant said in her speech that she invited them. In her speech, she specifically said, quote, "My husband and I were sitting at our kitchen island, and he and I had a conversation about my father and mother-in-law attending tonight's enshrinement. I invited my mother and father-in-law to tonight's enshrinement to thank them for bringing one of the most amazing human beings into this world. Pam and Joe, thank you for raising Kobe to be exceptional. Thank you to all of Kobe's family." And people are outright saying that Vanessa Bryant is lying about inviting Kobe's parents to the induction ceremony. There has been a rift in their family, and Vanessa Bryant has been accused of separating Kobe Bryant from his parents specifically. And so there's conversation online today about whether or not Vanessa Bryant did in fact invite his parents to the Hall of Fame induction ceremony or not, because a friend, the best friend of one of Kobe's sisters, said that Kobe Bryant's parents were not aware that Kobe Bryant had planned to invite them to his Hall of Fame induction ceremony. So she reposted a post from Kobe's sister, which we're going to get into in a minute. But this is what she said in the comments. She was replying to somebody's comments, and she said, "I don't know what you're talking about. They aren't holding on to anything." In regards to the parents, they are loving, private, peaceful people. They haven't done anything to anyone. They've never once said one negative thing about anyone, not one single public interview or article. They are simply grieving the loss of their only son. They were asked by a third party from the Hall of Fame if they wanted to purchase tickets to the Hall of Fame. Purchase. It was made clear that tickets, flights, and hotel accommodations wouldn't be taken care of. They are amazing, dedicated grandparents to the grandchildren that they are allowed to see. With all of that said, I believe they would have purchased the tickets they were offered had they known he said he wanted them there. They would do anything for their son and all their grandkids. That's the kind of people they are and have always been. So she's saying the parents didn't know that Kobe and Vanessa had a conversation where he discussed being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and he said that he wanted his parents there. She's saying his parents didn't know that. She also said his parents didn't just choose not to go to the Hall of Fame. His parents were totally disrespected at his memorial. They weren't personally invited to the Hall of Fame. I wish that his parents were told that Kobe said he wanted them there just before he passed away. I heard that mentioned in her speech last night. His parents should have been told that that conversation happened. If they would have known that prior to hearing it in the Hall of Fame speech last night, I believe with all of my heart that they would have attended. And I believe that would have brought them so much comfort to know that was what was in their son's heart and mind. My heart breaks for his parents all over again. Shia wasn't invited, so she was able to stay home with her parents and comfort them. Imagine not knowing a vital conversation like that took place just 1 week before your child passed away and not being told. Lord, please continue to comfort this family. So Shia is one sister and Sharia is the other. And Vanessa did mention Sharia in her speech, but she didn't mention Shia. And there's controversy regarding her statement saying that she invited the parents of Kobe Bryant to the Hall of Fame induction. Now, the comments made by the friend of the family, Anansa, were under a repost she made of a post that Shia, one of the sisters, made on her own page. And again, the sister is a very private person, so it looks like she was reposting this on her page since it's public. And in the post, she has several pictures of Kobe Bryant. And like you can see him here with his family. You can see his mom and his dad. You see Kobe and you see his two sisters.
The people that are there, I can rely on, I can count on when if I need something. And once I step outside the house and step onto the streets and go to school, my sisters have always been there for me. Ever since I was a little kid, they were like my shield in the sword fight. They've always been there for me, protecting me from right and wrong. And still to this day, they do that. And I love them with all my heart. So, Sharia and Shay, if you're listening, I love you so much.
And you can see Kobe Bryant with one of his sisters here. And then again, you can see the family here: Kobe's father, his mother, Kobe, and his two big sisters. So in the post, she said, repost from my best friend Shia. And she said, Bean, which I believe is what she called Kobe. To say that your existence has inspired millions is no exaggeration, but your influence in my life was profound and personal. There was always something different about you, Kobe. It was evident from the very beginning that there was a fire inside of you. Greatness was your destiny, and being right by your side, watching you make it happen, there was just no bigger joy for our family. We were born just 13 months apart. You, my baby brother, were my best friend and a constant playdate. It was us against the world. It was family. It was traditions. It was time spent together doing what siblings do. I would watch you work so hard to make those dreams of yours come true. It wasn't if, but when you would become an NBA superstar. There was just no question that this was your path, and you always knew how profound your footprint would be on this game you love so deeply. I knew your dreams and watched you dedicate your life to being the absolute best player in the world. When the sun rose, you were outside playing ball and you didn't come back in until the sun set, and mom called you in for dinner. And even after that, you would have me stand under the basket so you could practice dunking on someone. That was me watching every dunk you would make, and you loved when I would score them each 1 through 10. You hated when I would give you a score of 6 and would follow it up with some exceptional dunk, even if we were outside way past dark. You were a perfectionist, and at that time, I had no clue I was watching a legend in front of me master his craft. To me, you were just my little brother who I loved being with, and basketball is what we played. You were being honored and inducted into the Hall of Fame, and for you, this was the plan all along: a dream imagined and a dream reached. The world is honoring you and your immense contribution to the game you gave so much to. And I sit with so much joy in my heart as I know you are looking down with a basketball in your hand, maybe dribbling or practicing your follow through, but smiling from the deepest part of your heart. I am so proud of who you are, how you live, how you loved, and proud to call you my brother. I love and miss you, being Shia. So, like I said, you guys, there's controversy over whether Vanessa Bryant invited his parents, Kobe Bryant's parents, to the Hall of Fame induction like she said she did in her speech. So, being that there's controversy surrounding that, I just want to ask you guys to pray for the Bryant family because, with all of them mourning the death of Kobe Bryant, they definitely need prayers. As always, thanks for watching.